Ever worked hard and still felt a little invisible? Yeah, a lot of people know that feeling. Maybe it looks like this. You finish the task, you check it twice, you even finish a little early, and then nothing. No nice work, no thank you, not even that awkward little office nod. If that sounds familiar, this one's for you. This is Sticky. Monday morning. He walks into the office with a notebook in one hand and coffee in the other. He got there a few minutes early, not because anyone asked him to. He just wanted to start the week right.
He even rehearsed what he was going to say if his manager asked how things were going. Morning. Yeah, I already finished that report.
Tiny smile, straight posture, a little hopeful. You know that kind of hope. The normal kind, the very human kind. Sticky sits down. Laptop opens, work starts, and not pretend work either. Not answer one email, stare at the screen, look busy work, real work. He thinks, fixes details, checks numbers twice. He finishes the first report, then leans back, just a little. That tiny moment where your brain quietly says, surely somebody noticed that. Nobody did. The clock ticks. Somebody else gets praised across the room. Sticky freezes with his coffee halfway to his mouth. He wasn't angry, just confused.
Okay, maybe just a little jealous.
Wait, I thought I did okay. That part feels real, doesn't it? Because sometimes it's not even about praise.
Sometimes you just want to know your effort mattered.
So Sticky does what a lot of good people do. He works harder, checks email, nothing, refreshes, nothing, refreshes again. And there it is. Here we go again. That little ritual, waiting for a message, a note, a sign, anything. Then an email appears. Sticky leans forward like maybe, just maybe, this is it. Subject line, minor corrections. That's all. No thanks, no explanation, no clear direction.
Just this vague little cloud hanging over the whole thing.
And honestly, sometimes that feels worse than criticism. Because criticism gives you something, silence gives you guesses, and when you don't know where you stand, your mind fills in the blanks, usually with the worst possible version. The manager walks by. Sticky almost says something. Almost. His hand lifts, then drops. You know that moment too. Should I ask? Maybe not now. Maybe after lunch. Maybe after I finish just one more thing. And somehow, later keeps moving. The office gets quieter. A couple coworkers whisper. Sticky looks up. They stop. Now his shoulders tighten. He taps his foot. His jaw sets.
He starts typing harder. Not smarter, harder. Like the keyboard personally insulted his family. Faster, harder. More tabs open. More spreadsheets. At this point, the laptop sounds medically concerned. Sticky ignores every warning sign known to modern technology. Then, the laptop explodes. Tiny smoke cloud. Keyboard pieces fly upward. Sticky freezes in complete silence. His face is covered in black soot. Only his blinking eyes are visible. A single puff of smoke leaves his mouth. And somehow, he still reaches for the keyboard. Sticky. Buddy. The laptop did not sacrifice itself so you could open another spreadsheet. That wasn't dedication anymore. That was performance anxiety with Wi-Fi.
See, this is what happens when people work without clarity. You stop working towards something and start working against your own panic. Because maybe if he just pushes a little more, someone will finally notice. That's the trap. Work harder, say less, hope somebody figures it out. And for a while, it feels responsible, until it starts feeling heavy. Evening. Most people are gone now. Sticky's still there. Same chair, same screen, same tired little hope. He finishes another task, looks toward the manager's office, and the door closes. That one hits differently, because now it's not just disappointment. It's quieter than that. He exhales, and suddenly it's not really about the report anymore. It's that sinking thought.
Maybe I'm trying really hard in a place that barely notices I'm here.
That's how people start feeling stuck. Not because they stopped caring, because they cared for too long without getting anything back.
And honestly, this isn't just a work thing. Sometimes it's school. You study hard, hand in the assignment, and the teacher just writes, "Okay." Okay, what, Brenda? Sometimes it's at home. You clean something, fix something, help everybody all day. And somehow the only feedback you get is, "You forgot this one thing." Amazing. Human brains really know how to zoom in on one missing spoon.
Or maybe it's relationships, friendships, creative projects. You keep wondering, am I doing all right here? Or am I just quietly failing? That uncertainty wears people down, not because they're weak, because people need direction, people need clarity, even sticky, especially sticky. Yeah, I'm talking to you too. Sticky opens his notebook, blank page, and finally, something changes. Now this part matters. Don't try to read minds. Silence is not feedback. Guessing is not communication. And there's actually research on this. A 2011 psychology study found that when people weren't sure how they were doing, the lack of clear feedback made their emotional reactions worse. Turns out, the brain handles hard truth better than vague silence, because uncertainty makes the mind fill in the blanks, and usually not in your favor. Clarity gives the brain something solid to work with. I'll say it again because it matters. Silence is not feedback. Guessing is not communication.
Am I doing okay? Yeah, fine. Not helpful.
Instead, ask better questions, specific ones. Ask, what's one thing I should improve this week? Now they have to think. Then ask, what would great performance look like from your perspective? Now you're not chasing approval, you're getting clarity. That's the shift. Not approval, clarity. Not approval, clarity. Hold on to that. Next morning, Sticky walks to the manager's office. No dramatic music.
No dramatic movie speech.
Just steadier. He knocks, asks the first question. The manager pauses, actually pauses, thinks, then points to something specific. Sticky writes it down, then asks the second question. And suddenly, there it is, real information. Not magic, not a miracle, just clarity. And that changes everything. Not because the office suddenly became perfect, but because Sticky stopped waiting to be noticed. He asked for direction. That matters. Back at his desk, he adjusts the work.
Small change, clear target, less guessing, less tension, more direction.
Later, the manager walks past, gives him a small nod. That's it. No speech, no applause, just real. And somehow, that feels better. Because now, Sticky isn't staring at the door every 5 minutes. He's just working, calmly. Same office, same walls, same people, different headspace. He didn't suddenly get a better environment. He got clarity. And clarity really does beat anxiety. Clarity beats anxiety.
Again.
Clarity beats anxiety. Sticky closes the laptop, stands up, looks around the room one last time. And maybe this is the part people forget. If nobody tells you where you stand, ask better questions. And if they still refuse clarity, that tells you something too. That does not automatically mean you failed. Sometimes the problem isn't your effort. Sometimes it's the room. Sticky opens the door, bright light outside, and for the first time all day, he doesn't look smaller.
He looks clearer.
Lighter, like somebody who finally stopped guessing. You deserve feedback. You deserve direction. You deserve to know whether you're growing or just surviving. And if any part of this felt a little too familiar, like you were watching your own workday, just in Stickman form, stick around.
Subscribe! Sticky's been there, and maybe you've been there too.